Hey gorgeous, this is video 2 in my series I'm doing right now of being a bit more open. Okay, so the first video was about me, how I experienced 2017, how I struggled with some things, and how I ultimately learned that overworking yourself might not be the best idea, but still struggling to not do it, if that makes sense. 2017 and the whole first video were me trying to figure out stuff. And this second video is a bit more in-depth about the struggle, the internal and the external struggle I experienced during that time, and also the pieces in my new series which represent that. So even though it sounds kind of corny, one of the biggest struggles I still have is loving myself enough to actually stop working, which is, let's not judge that, but loving yourself and accepting that you are enough, that you've done enough, is one of my main struggles. And at the other hand, I work so much in order to not get pressured even more. Okay, so I finished university, and I had this instant pressure from everyone around me, like, what's next? And I've had this constant thought for the last year in my head, like, what's next? I know what I want to do, which is be a freelance painter, but the reality of how to do that is still something I'm figuring out. And I think most in my vicinity expected me to have it figured out by now. But then again, how do you figure something like that out? And so what I would do is I would work and keep busy and trying to figure out what the next step is, in order to show everyone, hey, look, I'm working. I'm working on it. Give me a moment. But I would do that for months, and I wouldn't get anywhere, or the steps would be so tiny, or you would have one success and then 3 failures, and it's just a hard thing to communicate to anyone, because if you have success, then everyone's like, yes, you made it, okay, cool. Okay, where's the next success? And if you haven't made it yet, they're starting to, get in there and say, like, maybe you should get a real job. Like, what if you can't support yourself? What if this whole thing is a fluke? What if nobody wants anything you're doing? Like, what if nobody wants your paintings? And the worst part for an artist is you have those thoughts anyway, but getting them verbalized in your immediate surroundings is not a nice feeling, especially when you're already down. So I'm sure many artists, and I think most of the students just finishing university, know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's hell. So working hard is something I pride myself in, but also struggle with stopping doing, because I'm happy when I'm working, which is crazy, but I really love what I do. And this is not always healthy when you don't know how to stop. How do you balance your fear of failure, but also your inner critic saying stop being lazy and just work? So it's a constant battle of extremes. And the 4 pieces I'm going to introduce now are, again, representations of that struggle. This one is called Make It Work. I don't know if you've seen Project One Way, but Tim Gunn is one of my spirit animals. And, Make It Work is almost the same as Princess and the Frog. You just gotta work a little bit harder. It's my personal anthem by now to keep at it, not give up, continue, see where it leads you. So this is just a, really straightforward, and it is what it says. This piece is called Keep Swimming. And I know all of you know Finding Nemo and Dory just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. And this is something I say jokingly to people around me if they have a hard time, but what I say most to myself. If it gets really tough, if you can't breathe, if you don't know what to do next, just keep swimming. And this is what this piece is about. And in 2017, I had more than my fair share of those moments of just keep swimming. This next one is called Falling and Rising, which is whenever you can't make it work, whenever you fail to keep swimming, you pick yourself up again. I mean, sure, you can have a failure, or let's not call it failure, but you can make mistakes, or something doesn't pan out as you would have liked or expected. But that's not, for me at least, no reason to just give up. So it's in the same theme as the first two pieces. You can fail, you can fall, you can make a mistake, but it's a very important learning experience as long as you get back up again and do it again, or do something different. And this piece is called Brave is the New Perfect. Some of you might know this one. Another artist, Amira Rahim, had this on her t-shirt, I think, in one of her live painting sessions. And I think this is such a good concept. Brave is the New Perfect is something I took to heart, which is also why I'm actually here sitting in front of a camera talking to you, which I don't normally do, which is not something I feel too comfortable with, but try to incorporate, try to make work in order to be a bit more open, in order to communicate what my art is about. So Brave is the New Perfect is basically the banner for what I'm doing right now. Trying to be brave, ignoring that nothing I do right now is anywhere near perfect, and just keep swimming. P.S. I'd love to know what you think about this, so please scroll down, leave a comment, email me. What is something you struggled with in 2017? What is something you struggled with this year? So just take a second, tell me now.